Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody out there feeling? This is your man Mike Hurt. Man, let me just tell you, let me tell you. First and foremost, I want to welcome everyone to the Man Hurt Talk Show. Last week was a success. I appreciate all the support everybody gave. This show is going to be even more off the hook. So sit back and give me an hour and a half because it's going to be something special. And like I told you last week, if you don't get the chance to catch the whole thing, it is recorded and it should be ready on YouTube like about 8 o'clock. I got my man Derek Lee. He's going to be my co-host. I'll be bringing him in. But for the meantime, between time, man, we got a hot topic up in here tonight. Oh, we got a hot. Man, I was getting so much buzz about what I was going to talk about tonight. So I just want to remind everybody, we're all in love. This is all about empowerment. We're not trying to bash anybody. We're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. This is all about love. This is just a matter of a difference of opinion because everybody has them, right? So when I come at somebody or somebody coming at me, remember it's all in love. And we want to try to remember that. All right? The topic for tonight, does the black man find the black woman attractive enough to make the woman his wife? That is our topic. That is our topic. I have three special guest speakers. I got one that's coming on at 6:15, 6:35, and I say about 6:50. And then from 7:10 to 7:30, anybody wants to call, you can do so. The phone number is 856-783-0581. Now remember, that's not my cell phone number. You remember the little glitch last week with Comcast? Well, we're all straight. But if you want to get in, call between 7:10 and 7:30. All right? 7:10 to 7:30. Call in 856-783-0581. Now, let me tell you who my guest speakers are. We have the lovely Tanya Boswell. Tanya Boswell will be coming on around 6:15. I have a gentleman, good friend of mine, Mr. Carl Simon. He will be coming on around 6:35. And I have the lovely Carol Johnson. She'll be coming on around 6:50. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you my opinion, and it's only my opinion, what I feel about the black man being attractive to the black woman enough to make the black woman his wife. First and foremost, let me get this out the way right now. The black woman is the most, and I mean the most, attractive species walking this planet. I want to get that out the way right now. I don't think that any black man has an issue or a problem of looking at a black woman as being attractive. Let's get that out the way right now. That is not the issue. The issue is, why isn't a lot of these black women married to black men? You know, when you do the statistics, for instance, I'll give you a perfect example. African Americans make up about 14.2% of this country. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I have a lot to go through tonight. But at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on, oh, okay, we're going to bring them in soon. But I'm going to finish what I was saying. African Americans make up about 14.2% of America, okay? But only about 24% of black women are married to black men. And about 30% of black men are married to others. And there's about 25% they are married to each other. No, 30% black on black, 30%. 24% just a black woman. And then about 28% when it comes to just black men. Okay? So But when you look at it from the average of everybody else in America, it's about 48%. So we got to try to figure out why, first and foremost, from an African American standpoint, that we're not married. We have all the gifts and the tools to be married, and then not only that, to marry our black women. Now, I'm not specifically just going and saying, you know, you should just, as a black man, you should just have a black woman. I'm not going to go that hard on you. But what I am saying to you is that what is it that the black woman doesn't have, or it's not attractive enough for you for that percentages to be more higher? Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for my man Derek Lee. He's on the scene. He's my co-host for tonight. Yo, D, what's going on, baby boy? Good. Brother, we talked about this all week. We talked about the topic that was going to be for tonight. And the topic for tonight is, why isn't the black man attractive to the black woman enough to make the black woman his wife? What is your opinion on that? Because I was getting a lot of flack all week towards what I meant by that. So what is your opinion when you hear that?
A man marries where they find their own calmness, where you find your peace, where you find your calmness. Men settle. See, we have a plethora of women we could choose from, but you go after where you're most relaxed. And as much as I love black women, they have a reputation for being the most mouthy, the most attitudey, and the most hard to deal with.
Now, D, you're going to catch some flack.
I'm just telling you what the reputation is. I'm just telling you.
Brother, I know what you're saying.
Right.
And I'm not saying that doesn't have some weight to it.
Right.
But the thing is that if you try to paint that with a broad brush,
right,
they're saying that the majority of black women are that way, that's where, you're going to get some
No, I didn't say it's the majority. But a man is going to treat you by what you allow, okay? And if you allowed yourself to be a baby mama, the people ain't gonna like that either.
No, I understand.
Nobody told you to get, you allowed yourself to be a baby mama. And I think some people now, we have this level where you made it all the way to be a baby mama. I don't even hear young girls talking about their wedding anymore. I hear them talking about, we're gonna get together, we're gonna live together, I'm gonna have his baby. Nobody talks about weddings anymore.
So what you're saying to me is that they get together when they're young among their girlfriends and then already see babies before they see marriage? Is that what you're saying?
Come on now. I mean, let's just let's just keep it 100. How many times do you see? I see more girls having baby showers than I see girls having weddings.
Well, I agree with
that. Or wedding showers. You allowed yourself to get pregnant. And because a lot of the problems fall on the man, the African American man. See, I was never into that. I was never into, because I always chase my money. I have an entertainment company.
Right.
I send out entertainment, face painters, magicians, comedians, whatever. Christian comedy show, all that other good stuff.
Right.
And we had I never wanted my money to be played with, so I was fortunate to not have children out of wedlock. But a man treats you by what you allow. You allowed yourself to get pregnant, so you allowed yourself to be called the baby mama before you were allowed to be called the wife.
But see, the thing is, I don't want to get off about, I don't want this to be about the women. The black women are a part of the topic. But I want to know, as us as black men, the responsibility of saying, why isn't she good enough or attractive enough for us? And when I say
She's
attractive,
settled.
I know.
She's settled.
But I'm not talking about it from a standpoint of the looks. I'm talking about the woman inside. What is it that she is not doing enough to make that black man satisfied to say, hey, this is
where I want to be? You have to have a standard. You have to have a standard.
Now you're talking about the black man.
The black woman has got to have a standard. That man is going to treat you by whatever you allow.
So you're saying that the black man is not choosing the black woman because of her standards, or are you saying he's already has standards in place and she has to meet that?
All women have got to not settle. So your question is, why isn't the black man marrying the black woman?
Yes.
And why are our numbers so low?
Yes.
The black woman has it's a television reputation, and I'm sorry,
Okay.
because we have a reputation too for being athletes and drug dealers.
Now, when you say a television,
we have a television
are you
reputation
talking about
for just being angry.
you talking about the reality shows?
No, just when you look at movies, it's the angry black woman character. It's that angry black woman. They ain't never married. A black woman has a reputation or to be angry and to be loud.
Now, when you say black woman movies, I mean, black women are not in a lot of movies. Is there a movie that comes to mind that sticks out?
When you think about angry black woman,
Yeah.
nah, I can't think of the one movie.
Well, this is what I'm saying. If we have to think about it, then we're trying too hard to say and put that on them.
Mhm.
This is just my opinion.
Mhm.
I think, and I was talking to a friend of mine earlier,
Mhm.
he said it has a lot to do with the men locked up. And that's why there's not enough men.
Well, the black men get arrested more.
Right.
You know, it's a higher rate of arrest, but that's our problem. See, what bothers me about some people, start looking at yourself and blaming yourself for your issues. And I don't mind when people ask me questions, but I hate the backlash that I get after it. And this is my truths. These are my truths, and this is my opinions. And
and this is what it's all about. It's all about the opinion, and because every
Right.
man has a different outlook towards how they see a black woman and if she's quality enough. Now, we're both married to black women.
Right.
Okay. If I was to say to you what was important for your wife to at least have to make you feel like, now, see, that's a wife. Can you come off the top of your head?
Well, see, I'll say I got married too young, and I'll be honest enough to say that.
Oh, okay.
Now,
how old were you when
I was 30? I should have got married at 35.
Now, see,
36.
I got married at 43.
See, and you know something, and I didn't have, my parents were separated, and I was just going after a companion. But if I could do it all again, I would have looked for more not motherly, but wife traits, as in, I feel like women, and people are going to have an attitude when I say that. If I come over your house and the grass isn't cut, I'm looking at the man in the house. If the snow isn't shoveled, I'm like, oh, they having a problem. Snow ain't shoveled. What that man doing? The doorknob is falling off. The toilet is rickety. I'm looking at the man saying, what is Bill doing over here? He's supposed to be fixing that toilet.
So that's part of it.
Those are the man traits. But if I'm sitting back looking and I'm like, ooh, the house ain't vacuumed. She done had a party today. I'm looking at that woman at the house. Oh, the bathroom is dirty. And the sink was just filthy. I'm looking at the woman. I really feel like I'm old-fashioned. There's responsibilities in the home that a lot of times we don't take.
And no, I totally agree with that.
And then people get and say, well, why don't you watch your own stuff and clean your own stuff? And I ain't got to cook for you. But that's why that man got a girlfriend. Let's just keep this 100.
Well, D, let's hold that thought because we got some guest
That's
speakers.
why one day out the week he ain't gonna be there for 3 hours. He don't pick up.
Well, D, we got some guest speakers. We got about 3.
Don't ask me questions that you don't want to hear the answer to.
D, we got 3 guest speakers. I got one that's due for 6:15.
Come on.
This is Miss Tanya Boswell. Miss Boswell, we're coming your way, and we're gonna
go ahead
get her opinion about the topic that we're talking about tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, hold tight.
I hate when people always ask me questions and then they get upset when I give you the answer that you don't want to hear.
You're right.
Ms. Boswell, do we have you?
Yes, I'm here.
Thank you for joining us. This is the Man Hurt Talk Show. I am so thankful that you were able to give a woman perspective about the topic. I guess you overheard Derek and me talking.
Yes.
So once again,
I like Derek.
Oh, you like Derek? How about me?
I like you too, but Derek's honest.
Because
hold up, Tanya.
That's been my problem my whole life. I'm a little too honest.
Hey, Tanya, I'm not being honest about the situation.
I'm not pulling any punches.
You're a little bit nice.
Well, see, the thing is that I have to be who I am. And this is why it's an opinion of everybody has a different opinion of how they see the topic. Now, I'm going to give you the topic again, and I know you thought about it. Does the black man find the black woman attractive enough to make the black woman his wife? Take
I
it
say
to.
yes and no.
Now, what's the yes part?
Can't go both ways.
I'm going both ways.
Well, give me the yes part first.
I say yes, they do if they feel like it's the right fit and it's the right time in their life. And a lot of times, I think they wind up getting married because the woman does have a child with them. And they've been together 7 years, and the child's 8 years old now. Now they want to get married.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have had that child first.
You're right.
He should have bought a house first.
Amen.
Because when you buy a house first and you're a man, you're more appealing. I bought my house at the age of 30. If I had the good tutelage, I'd have got a house at 25.
So, Tanya, are you saying that the child is playing a major part in for this man to even consider this black woman to be his wife?
I want to say yes.
Okay. Now let's say there's no child involved in this situation. Now, what would you say?
I find that in my age group, yes, friends are getting married because they were divorced and they found somebody they can love again, I guess, in the next phase of their life, if you will. But I just think it's just black men are going more towards white women. I do believe that.
And let me tell you something. What's your name again, hon?
Tanya,
Miss Tanya, how you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Miss Tanya, and I've never dated any white women. I don't have anything against white women, Hispanic women, Puerto Rican women,
Okay.
or whatever.
Okay.
I will let you know that I do like women, so we don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
You know, but from what I hear, and I can't say this, black women spend a lot of time complaining, being
Okay.
argumentative,
Okay.
being petty, and being unappreciative. Because you want to be a king, and at least let me be the king in my own home. It's
Amen.
bad enough I'm disrespected all day long. When the police pull me over, I'm nervous. At least let me feel like I'm the king in my own castle. And a lot of black women want to
but
be
wait a minute,
equal.
But make me feel like a queen in my house.
Oh, yes, because let me tell you something, Miss Queen. My job is to work and bring home the bacon.
Okay?
In front of the children, don't demean me. Don't make me look small. Don't disagree with me in front of the children. Okay? Make that man feel like he's greater than, not less than. Make me feel like Superman. But a lot of black women, since they financially make just as much as their husband, they want to be out there in the open equal. And they wonder why their husband is running with somebody that looks less attractive than them. Why do we cheat? Because over here I feel comfortable.
But hey, D, hold on for a second. Tanya, listen to me when I say.
Because, okay, but wait a minute. Because, yeah,
Well, Tanya, this is what I'm saying. Tanya, you're a beautiful woman. A black man sees you and he says,
you.
this is a beautiful woman. Now, you made the comment of saying that you feel like the black man is looking at the white woman as being more appealing.
That white woman don't talk as much.
But hold up. Tanya, do you agree with that?
I've heard men, I've asked men, I know men to date out of the race. And I personally never done it. So let's just be clear on that.
So are you?
I'm still about pro-black man. I'm about that.
So
Right.
do you think the black man is having a problem with the black woman's mouth?
I don't want to say the mouth, no.
Attitude.
I think it's an overall thing. I think it's just overall. It could be this, it could be that.
Well, I think this is my opinion, Tanya, and I think this plays a lot of us black men obviously come from black women.
Okay.
That's our first love, is that black woman. Now,
Right.
you also have black men that come from Puerto Rican women, white women, Asian women. So we have a lot of interracial as well, and that boy is considered black regardless of what he's mixed with. So when he goes out to the world and he sees what's in the home first, because D, that's where it starts at. What kind of love is around him? I think that part plays a part, and then what he sees on TV plays another part.
I know, Mike, you're a host and you're professional. Can we just get to the down and dirty? Black women are some of the most angriest creatures on this planet.
But you can't say
What
that
are they
totally.
angry for, though?
And you know something? And because a lot of times the father, let me tell you something. I have 10 close female friends
Okay?
that I'm close to. 4 of them have been abused physically, verbally, or sexually assaulted throughout their life. Those are the ones that are honest enough to tell me that. Okay? 4 of them didn't get raised by their real father. But now, we don't go to therapy when we go through something. We go to church, we lay it on the altar, and we keep moving. Who gonna spend $150 an hour to go see a psychiatrist? We're not doing that. That $150 an hour is what they need to get their nails done next week. We're not doing that.
Or their weave done.
Or their weave done. We're not doing that. And don't let your childhood in the past be anger toward me. Black women are some of the most angriest women. But now, because they're financially doing better than a lot of the African American men,
Yup, and the credit's better.
their credit is better. I preach on credit, and I tell African American
What we
men.
need is a good job, a good girlfriend, and a vibrator.
No, yeah. But what I'm saying is that because their credit is better and they're financially successful, a lot of black women look down on these brothers.
Well, Derek.
I don't.
Hey, Tanya.
A lot of them look down on them. I feel sorry for them.
Tanya, what is, not to get into your business, but do you prefer the black man?
Yes.
Okay, if you prefer the black man, obviously you haven't given up on the black man.
And I'm not going to.
And we as black men appreciate that. So
But I'm not going to settle either.
I understand that.
Nobody's asking you to settle, but tell your girlfriends to stop talking so much and get to cooking.
Hold up, Dick.
I
So
will tell them that.
Tanya, this is your time. Tanya, if there was anything that the black man could improve on towards making you happier, what would that be?
Stop making us feel like we gotta settle, and stop making us feel like that we have to settle for all the extra nonsense. If you're going to creep out, like he said, for 3 hours here, 3 hours there, then don't waste my time. Don't make me lower my standards to wind up with a jackass. I can do bad all by myself.
You're supposed to pick up Tanya that he's a jackass on that first or second date. Not 4 years later if you done had his baby.
Tanya, can you give me an example of what you're talking about?
You done had his baby.
Well, hold up. This ain't got nothing to do with a baby. This is about him What is it that he's doing, Tanya?
He could make me feel like, oh, there's other women out there that want my attention. So if you're not going to do A, B, and C, somebody else will do it for you.
That's true.
See, but y'all shouldn't make us feel like that. You want to be felt like a king. Again, make me feel like a queen. Like I'm the
But
only
it's
one
the
in
same
room.
thing for you, Tanya. It's the same thing for you because if I don't take you out to dinner, or if you paying for your meal, and if I'm not holding the doors, and I'm not paying 18% gratuity, you can get another man to do that for you.
20%.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. You know, but it's 20% because it's easier to multiply when I go to Chima's. But what I'm saying is, if I don't want to take you to that restaurant or take you to that play or take you to that movie theater, you can get somebody else to do it for you.
Then I wouldn't do that. See, that's where you're wrong. See, that's where you're wrong.
Why should you not be happy?
D, let her talk. Go ahead, Tanya.
No, D, but that's where you're wrong. I wouldn't do that. Maybe my man financially is saving to buy a second home for us to invest in. Maybe we're saving for this grand vacation. Maybe we're just saving for something else. We can.
No, we just kicking it right now. We just kicking it, and you realize that he was cheap 3 years later. You should have realized he was cheap within that first month.
I know, quit. Nah.
Tanya, do you respect the old school chivalry of a man or this new school?
No. I need old chivalry. I need you to hold the door. I need you to be.
No problem.
No.
So if you had your druthers, you rather prefer a person who's your age or older, or somebody who's your age or younger?
No, my age.
Just your age.
Yeah.
Okay. I respect that.
Tanya, let me tell you something. I'm just going to tell you what I lived through. I lived through a lot of black women degrading black men, saying that we're nothing special, we ain't nothing great, ain't nothing you could do for me I can't do for myself. I hear that more from black women than any other race. And then when you tell a man that and you destroy his spirit and demean him, what you think he out there doing?
Amen.
A man is and people say men are dogs, men are dogs. If you really look at it, a dog is the most loyal animal. If you feed him and pet him right, that dog ain't gonna go nowhere. He'll get you your shoes or whatever.
But hold
Just
up,
feed him and pet him.
Hold up, but you don't want your wife or your significant other to be so far down where you're up here and you're looked upon as a dog. You don't want that woman.
Men are 12 years old. All you got to do is make us feel special. If I brought home my paycheck, say, honey, when a woman cooks for you, she don't have to cook for you, but you know what you should say after
that goes
she
a long
cooks?
way.
Thank you.
No, that goes a long way.
Thank you for that meal.
Tanya, we got 2 minutes to go. What do you see out there among your peers or your women friends? Are they dealing with the same issues that you're dealing with, or is it feel like there's something else going on? What's going on out there with other women?
I feel like we're all dealing with the same issues. I mean, I have several friends. We're good over 6 figures. We don't have kids. We've never been married, but yet they can't find a decent person to even share anything with.
Female, you have decent female friends, right? You have decent female friends, right?
I didn't hear you.
You're talking about your friends make 6 figures, right?
Yeah.
So you're talking about a high value quality woman is making 6 figures. That's beautiful. And are they dating men that make 6 figures?
It depends. It all depends. I'm not going to sit and lie. It all depends.
But when you get a certain age, like 40, everybody got some junk in their backyard. But getting back to the point, if everybody got some bad credit, ex-wife, a child, a relationship.
But Tanya, do they find that to be intimidating because of you making 6 figures?
Yes.
So that's because they're insecure.
Well, no, but that plays a part.
That's because they're insecure.
That plays a part, Tanya.
Wait. These men do less for us because we are independent. That's what I find a lot. They don't even offer to say, hey, do you need money to get your nails done? Because they're already done. So they assume we don't need anything. I see that a lot. I run into that a lot.
But no, you know something. But see, some men will lie about their status and how much they make. But no disrespect to you, Tanya, because you sound like a really nice lady. But a man is going to treat you by what you allow. Okay? And come to me. If you need some money, come to me and ask for it.
That plays a part.
I'm not a mind reader.
The communication does play a part.
But you're in my house eating, drinking.
Do I live here? Do I live here?
Leave the money on the counter.
Do I live here?
But you're there enough.
Oh, so when I come over, you just want a couple dollars every now and then.
No. I didn't say every month. I just said sometimes. It should be nice.
Oh, you just want me to break you off every now and then. Let me tell you something, Tanya. I don't know you. But if you do what you're supposed to do, you going to get broke off.
Well, Tanya, doesn't that come down to communication before you guys get to that
I'm
level?
going to get your nails done.
If I want flowers once a month, I should ask up front. Absolutely.
No, baby. You going to get your flowers on Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Christmas, and your birthday. But I'm going to get you your flowers. But it just let me know that you like them every now and then for no reason. Long as you do what you...
I got no problem letting you know that I like you. I got no problem cooking for you.
Hey, look, Tanya, you cook, you good. Look.
And I don't need to cheat on you.
But what you're saying, I don't know what's going on. I just need to see a picture of you to see where we're going, because I don't know what you look like. But you sound all right to me.
But I look okay enough to find a man.
Well, you're a very beautiful woman, Tanya. Tanya, you got 1 more minute to go. Tanya, I greatly appreciate you giving me your time, us your time, and breaking down some of these topics that people are talking about today. Tanya, in less than a minute, can you at least tell me what is it, in your eyes, your opinion, that a black man can do that's your type and that would make you feel more of a woman and appreciate it?
Okay, man. Just act like you want to be there. Just make us feel appreciated. Again, you want to be a queen. I want to feel like a queen. You want to be a king. I want to feel like a queen.
Now, does the way he looks, does that play a part?
Sometimes.
Does how much money he makes play a part?
No. Because I don't sum up your net. No, it don't be. Because I don't sum up your net worth when I meet you. Sometimes I'll date you for months and may not know how much you make because I don't get into all that.
So you're saying the guy...
You know if that man works at McDonald's, he's making $9
Well, that's
an
what I'm
hour.
saying. If the guy works at Walmart, does he have a chance at Miss Boswell?
You never know. He could be the manager.
Okay.
Minimum wage is $13 an hour now in Jersey. You never know.
Well, Tanya, I want to appreciate you giving us this time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And we'll definitely be in touch again.
Thank you so much. Have a great whatever, D. Bye.
Thank you, baby.
All right, take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye. D, that was eventful there, brother. She broke it down.
Yeah,
She broke it down to
she
you.
said her opinion.
Yeah, and this is what it's all about.
A man is going to treat you by what you allow.
This is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, that it's about each individual opinion. That doesn't mean that it's just one way to going about it. It's a lot of different ways. It's what you're comfortable, and we're not trying to put anybody down. It's what your comfort level is and what works for you. My next caller is going to be Carl Simon. So we're going to get a male's point of view on this. We got a female point of view on it. Let's try to get a male's point of view on this, and let's sit back. D, you got anything to say to my people about what we're talking about tonight?
First of all, in this day and age, half the people I know is going through a divorce.
Well, that's what the percentage
Half the people I
says.
know is working on their second marriage.
That's what the percentages break down to be, and we're trying to get down to the root of where some of the symptoms and the causes that.
But there are good African American men
Sure
out
it
there.
is.
But we get trashed so much. I get trashed by my own people.
Right.
I got people that tell me Derek ain't perfect.
My next guest speaker is Mr. Carl Simon.
Hello?
Carl?
Hey, what's up there, brother?
What's up, brother? You're on Facebook Live. You know your man Mike, and I got my man Derek Lee. Derek, say what's up to my man Mr. Carl right
How
here.
you doing, sir?
How you doing today, my man?
All right now.
Hey, Carl, I guess we talked about the topic for this week, and we already got a female's perspective on it, and she definitely gave her opinion on it. But we're trying to get another male's perspective on it. And we talked, like I said, we talked about, and the topic again is, does the black man find the black woman attractive enough to make the black woman his wife? What is your opinion on that?
How good can she cook?
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say hello to everybody, ladies and gentlemen. It's a good perspective. It's kind of hard to say because as you all well know, like everything in the world is up, including gas prices, food, and to be honest with you, African American marriages are up 50%.
Well, 50%
But along with that, it's actually divorces are actually up 50% as well. So you can probably say that due to COVID.
Well, let's get your status first. Carl, are you married?
I am.
Are you married to a black woman, if you mind me asking?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I am married to a very black queen.
Did nobody get divorced through COVID? They couldn't afford it. They say during COVID, more relationships hung in there because people weren't sure how they're going to pay their bills.
Well, Carl, when you met your wife, your black wife, what were some of the attributes that she had that made you feel like, yeah, this is the one?
Hopefully she still got them because a lot of African American women don't see your value until you with somebody else. Okay?
Well,
They don't. A lot of black women don't see your value till you're gone.
Yeah, but I want to hear what his example of what happened when you first met your wife.
Make it short.
It is short. First and foremost, I found out that we shared both the same values and morals. She coming from let's say a big mama in the house,
Okay.
in the family, a matriarch, and me coming from that same mindset, having a big mama around. It all seemed that I would have. Her grandmother was passed. Both our grandparents.
So you saying that you were
They
attracted?
both said they would have both loved who they were with.
So you saying you're attracted because of her family surroundings that was similar to yours?
Yeah, family values.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, not everybody has a big mama. Let's be honest.
Did it matter how she looked?
Oh yeah, oh,
Okay.
yeah, she was
Okay.
beautiful. I mean, you
Was
know,
she
what?
educated
I,
or?
I love anything. I love everything black. I love my black sister.
Okay.
I love the color that we're in. I think we're the dopest people on this planet.
Well, black women, I hope you heard Carl say he loves his black women, so I don't want you to say that black men are not expressing how much they love black women. So basically what I'm saying to you is that what is the issue today? What issue do you see when you see the average black man? Why is more black men marrying the black woman today? What is your opinion? What's going on there?
You saying why they are marrying more black women?
Why they're not? Why they're not?
Because they complain.
They
They don't appreciate.
It's two ways. It's not that, you know what, they're lame. The way some of these men are being raised, they're raised as as female. They got female traits. To be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm just being honest.
Oh, keep it real, brother. So you're saying that there's not a strong male presence in the house?
It's not a man present in the house, not in the house, but in their lives.
What do you say about
Not
that?
just in the house, but in their lives. When we were coming
So
up,
the black man
we had dad.
doesn't have the male presence in their life.
We also had an old head.
A man wants to go where he's appreciated and where he feels relaxed. You go to where you find your biggest calm.
Okay, but what happens when you go to the person, when you go to another race? Because
I've never dated a white woman. I have no idea.
Well,
I do know that the African American women that I've dated have complained, have borrowed money and they never give it back, have not appreciated, had higher expectations, and they didn't start saying they had feelings for you until you didn't want them no more. But now you got two baby daddies and I don't want you.
Well, Carl, let me ask you this. Do you have any male counterparts that are dating outside their race?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Now, I can say, when you say counterparts,
I mean, like friends, guys you know, guys who might talk to you.
Like this, I have 6 kids. My oldest, he's dating.
How many baby mamas?
Say again?
We live. Let's get it in. You said you had 6 kids. How many baby mamas you got?
2.
Okay, all right. Well, that ain't too bad. You married both of them?
I'm married 3 times.
Oh, you got married 3 times?
Hey, Carl, I'll let you tell your business, brother.
Hey, brother. I take my hat off to you.
Hey, Carl, you can always plead the fifth on certain things, brother.
I take my hat off to you because if I could do it all over again, I would have got married at 35, and I'd have got me a woman that cooked and cleaned and appreciated.
Hey, Carl, we don't want to make this an interrogation on you. We're just trying to get you.
This brother got 6 kids. He got a basketball team. He got a starting 5 and somebody coming off the bench.
I tell you what, this will make it hit home. Let's just say one of your sons come home and he wants to date someone out of his race.
Well, Mike, that's what I just said. My oldest son, he dates white women.
Just preferably, that's what he wants?
That's what he prefers. He prefers the other race. He don't prefer black women.
Did you talk to him about that?
They did Puerto Rican and white.
And he did he say why, or it didn't matter?
Because black women have a reputation of being loud, being aggressive, being angry, and they don't appreciate. That's the reputation that they have.
Well, his perspective, a reason why, because the other counterparts aren't as strong as the black woman. He can get he can manipulate. He can mold.
Now, see, now
that overall.
Now we're getting somewhere. So now somebody finally said it tonight that the reason that some black men step outside their race is because they feel like the other ones will be more vulnerable or manipulative or a concubine, so to speak. Is that what you're saying?
Not all. I'm just saying to the point where as though they're more submissive. They're not going to challenge the man.
Well, put it this way. I
Who
know.
wants to be challenged in their own house? I just
I
feel
do.
like, brother,
I
what's
do.
his brother's name?
Carl.
I love
Carl, if a man works and a man brings his check home and a man doesn't put his hands on you. See, I'm a big believer of I never curse at a woman. I never put my hands on a woman.
Same here.
I won't call you out your name. I'm not going to ask you for money. Okay? I feel like when you come to the house or when you come home from work, the grass is cut, the table is fixed, the refrigerator's fixed. That's my job as a man. But this generation doesn't get that tutelage on how to be a man. And I tell people all the time, and they don't like it. They tweet about it, they get upset, they start complaining. If you ever date a man that goes from his mama house to your house, statistically, you might have trouble.
You
Oh,
have a child on your
I
hands.
moved in with him and he ain't want to pay for nothing. He never paid his own bills yet.
Well,
Right.
He was living with his mom. He don't even know what a routing number is.
Carl.
But you had his baby. You a new fool.
Carl, let me speak from experience. I have one child from an African American woman, and I have another child by a Hispanic woman. Now, I'm going to sit up here and tell you that I didn't see color. I just seen women as a woman. That didn't go into my mindset of what color they were.
Did you see beauty?
No, I did see beauty. But the one thing I can say is that I don't think it was so much with race with me. I think it was the woman. There are women who are more strong-minded. There are more women who are weak, and that comes in a lot of different races. So I don't want to label the black woman as the one that's angry and totally upset all the time and got an attitude. And at the same time, I don't want to look at the other race of women or like you can just drive tire tracks on their back. But what I am saying to you is that going back to the topic of the question is that why isn't our black woman enough where we don't have to step out if that's what we prefer?
Because we don't feel appreciated at home.
Well, the thing about it is that that's a communication thing, isn't it? Dick?
No, it's some women you don't feel appreciated.
Starts with communication.
Well,
If you got 65% woman and you want 100%, you're going to try to find somebody to fill that other 35%.
Well, see, the thing about it is when you start doing that, that's one of the links that breaks up the home. Would you agree, Carl?
Yeah, because you're not growing with the person that you chose, or vice versa that chose you. You're not growing.
I mean, black love is a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
When it comes
Love
to
is a beautiful thing.
no, love is.
But if you're not getting appreciated, you step outside your marriage. Why don't y'all just call it for what it is?
No, D. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
Is that the case with all black women and within their marriage with a black man? No.
Well, then that comes with, to each his own. But the thing is that I just want to be able to know that are we giving our black women enough opportunities to rise? That's all. Because you see some of these athletes that they'll ride with a black woman in their early days, and then they get to a certain level of status, and then all of a sudden that black woman is in the back burner. Would you agree with that?
Because they got the money and they don't want to. They don't want to divide the money up the way the black woman or with the black woman, that the one that came up and helped mold and helped get that. Yeah, that's what
Man, I've been called a lot of things. I ain't never been called cheap. I ain't never been called tacky. I can't remember the times when I ever been out with a woman and a woman pay. I can count that on my hand.
But at least the one thing we could say is the black woman is one of the most beautiful species walking the planet. Can we at least agree on that part?
No disrespect, but who's the ugliest woman? Race. All of them are pretty.
No, I agree.
I could find Hispanic women. I could find pretty Asian women, Chinese women, Puerto Rican women, Pakistani women.
Yeah, but this is the reason.
We talking about black women tonight.
No. But this is the reason I brought this up. Carl, you know how we used to always talk intellectual towards the history of why we're in the space that we're in. When Brown versus the Board of Education, they did a survey with little girls, black girls. and they had a black doll and they had a white doll.
The
The
black
black
doll
girl-
was considered ugly.
Ugly, and the white doll was considered pretty.
That's the
beautiful,
brainwashing.
Beautiful.
Yes,
and
sir.
I
Yes,
think
sir.
that mentality is still going on today towards of some black women when they look in the mirror and they're feeling like they have to compete.
They ain't got nothing to do with me though.
Even
They ain't got nothing to do with me.
more colorism in the black community still exists.
They ain't got nothing to do with me. That has nothing to do with me.
But I will say this though, when it comes to a black woman, I mean, you said before you don't want to be challenged. I want to be challenged by my counterpart.
Say that again. Say that again.
I want to be intellectually and challenged by my female counterpart, my wife.
You want to be intellectually challenged.
I don't,
For example,
what's your position politically? What's your position financially? I mean, those type of things I would like to be challenged.
but that's a relationship. But you don't want to be torn down. See,
No, not
a
at
lot
all.
of black women fail to realize, and this is biblical, this ain't Derek. The man was supposed to be the head of the house. That was biblically,
No,
that's
it's still
designed-
biblical.
It ain't got nothing to do with me. Oh, that's old fashioned. That's the Old Testament. The man was the head of the house. Now, where I come from, the man was supposed to be the head of the house, and the woman was supposed to be underneath. But you got to be able to lead. First of all, you got to have a job, you got to have a house, and you got to be doing something constructive. A woman ain't going to lead no lost man. He's sitting here living with his mom. Ain't nobody trying to follow behind you.
So
True.
So we're talking about the brothers that have stuff. And let's get it down to money, because people get it. Why you always talking about money and credit and life insurance? Because you need money, okay? You need good credit. And when you die, you don't want your children struggling. You need some good life insurance. But you only know what you've been taught. If nobody teaches you about life, I know brothers, hey man, get your life insurance together. Yeah, I got $20,000. What am I do? What you gonna do with 20 grand? That's enough to put your dumb ass in the ground.
Well, Carl, going off of what you're saying is that you don't want no dumb woman. You want a woman that brings some type of intellect to the table, as well as her beauty, as well as her beauty.
Exactly. Yeah, of course.
Now, does her?
My wife. I want to also. I mean, with the same thing being said, you can say, yeah, it's biblically the man supposed to he's supposed to be the head of the household, such and such. These days,
All men are the head of the household except in the African American household.
Hey, Carl.
All men are the backbone of each household except in the African American household. In the white household, the Hispanic household, the Mexican household, the man is head. You come into the black household, the woman will try to take that from him and question everything that man does.
But the thing about it is that man can't be the head of the household if he can't bring home the bacon.
No.
He can't be the
Even
man
men
of the
that's bringing home the
household.
bacon. Wait, if I'm working at Walmart and I make $50,000, and you working for an attorney and make $80,000, that means you got to lead. You don't strip that man of his testicles and his balls, and then you get upset when he got a girlfriend.
Well, see, that's why that there should have been a communication or a conversation way before that got to that point, D.
But a lot
Because
of times,
if you're talking about already having babies in the house,
the day times two people in that household run their household because they both work.
but only one can lead though.
Yes. Well. Yeah.
this generation of black woman hasn't been taught that. This generation of black woman has been taught, yeah, you might be the head of the household, but I'm a strong black woman. We are the only race of people that say how strong they are.
But
Asian women don't say that.
But
Hispanic women don't say that.
But D,
only them black ass women. I hate to say it like that.
But D, is any strong black woman going to relinquish that to a weak ass black man?
No. I get it. But if that man is working, whenever people talk about a man, the first
But
thing
does
I
he
say,
handle his business though?
if a man works and he
Okay.
brings his paycheck home,
Okay.
I don't give a doggone. He make $8 an hour. He brought his paycheck home. The man shined shoes. He did the best that he can.
D,
These black women degrade these black men.
I agree.
And when they don't pay child support, well, he ain't got no money, so
D.
he shouldn't even see my child.
D, hey Carl, I've talked to you about fences. That's one of our favorite movies. Why did Denzel step out the way he did, and he was giving that woman his paycheck?
Well, in actuality, I saw the play, but then also I saw the James Earl Jones version.
I understand.
I'm a lot older than I look.
I understand
So-
that, but I'm talking about the premise of the play. Why did that man? He was handing his paycheck in every week.
He said he went in. He would be laughing over that woman's house. He felt comfortable. They would sit back and laugh.
But what was it she wasn't giving to him?
I forget. You fill me in. What was you not giving him? Making him feel like he was.
No. I think
He wasn't giving her entertainment.
no, Carl.
Go
You're
ahead.
missing the whole premise of it. If you really
She wasn't entertaining her.
no, that had nothing to do with it, Carl. You knew what it was? It goes back to him being his baseball career, him failing, and she didn't stroke him enough to make him feel more of a man. Because every time he was bringing up that baseball and what he used to do and how
She
he
didn't want
was,
to talk about that.
she didn't want to talk about that. You remember that part?
Right.
Yeah, I remember.
And then every time that part came to be, he said, "Yo, Bubba, let's go get a drink."
Well, like I said, he felt his comfort within that other woman.
No, I agree. Hey, Carl, can you sum it up? I gotta let you go in about 30 seconds. Can you?
sum it up?
No, I'm telling him to sum it up and give me his last statement.
Uh-huh.
Carl, can you sum it up in 30 seconds? Your last premise on what do you feel like will make the black man more attractive to the black woman to make the woman his wife? In 30
If
seconds.
they stop talking, they can get a ring.
First and foremost, education is the key. Black men need to go to college more. We need to go to college more. Our black women has been kicking our behind in that field
Okay, I
for the
agree.
last 30-something years. So that's why your financial situation is not on the same page.
It has shown that the
Catch up.
black woman has
Catch
been
up.
educated
Catch up, black
better.
man. Catch up.
Yes, I agree with that. Hey, Carl, I want to appreciate you giving me the time and day because I know we all got some hectic schedule, brother, and getting on this forum, brother. And you know I'm going to definitely
sir.
bring you on
Yes, sir.
in the near future, and we're going to talk it up because I missed that dialogue with you, brother, because we put it on the table and we keep it real.
That's you know it. Love you, man.
Hey, love you too, brother. You take care, brother.
All right.
All right, bye-bye.
That white woman don't talk as much. She gonna get her ring. That white woman don't talk as much. That white woman don't complain as much. Becky is in that kitchen. Bill is on his way. Bill likes lasagna and biscuits. You got to beg a black woman to remember to pick up your biscuits.
Now, who's saying that the white woman?
The white woman take look.
Ladies and gentlemen, next call we're going to bring on is the lovely Miss Carol Johnson. So just sit back and we're going to bring her in. She's our next guest speaker. But D, let me tell you, he made a good point when he said about, the black woman has been getting more educated. And
You
passing
have
us,
to get more of you got to get degrees, and we also got to go to trade schools, and you make more money. I agree with that.
And that black woman is empowering herself by her education. That's why she's able to not take no shit from the man if he's not coming correct. And that's why we as men.
But there are good brothers out here. All that man wants is some food and some sex.
Well,
Let's just get ghetto.
that's
A man
part-
wants food and sex.
Yeah, that's part of it.
What kind? It's half of it.
I'm not saying it's not a half of it, but what I'm just saying is that it's
What
not
do men
all of it.
complain about all the time? Food and sex.
Well,
Hello?
hello, Miss Carol Johnson.
Well, hello. How are you?
Good, Carol. I just want to introduce you to my co-host tonight, Mr. Derek Lee. You know me as well. I gave you the topic this week about how does the black man find the black woman to be attractive enough to make the black woman his wife. You had a chance to think about it. Miss Carol Johnson, let us know how you feel about that.
Well, this gets really involved for me because I'm seeing things a lot different than Mr. Derrick is, first of all. And I can speak from a personal point of view.
Can you be can you be a little bit specific? What is there a certain
Wait a
part?
minute, I'm getting there.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carol.
How long is this going to take?
A lot has to do with, in my case, with my family, had to do with where we were brought up. It was predominantly white. There were no blacks. I was one of 4 blacks in the entire school system. So that makes a difference with black men and the opportunity, because I'm not alone. I wasn't the only one in the suburb. So that makes a big difference with the opportunity of meeting people of your race. That's one thing. All right? The other thing, I was listening to Derek about black women and how they speak. And, you know, to me, Derek comes off as an angry black man. You know, I mean, and it's been hard for other people to get their words in tonight because Derek goes off on a tangent. So he's an angry black man.
No, let me tell you why I do that, young lady.
Derek, let her finish. Let her finish. Derek,
we ain't got but so long on this podcast, so it's for entertainment purposes, and you need to hurry up.
Derek, respect. Carol, sorry about that. Go ahead, Carol.
That's okay. I'm just saying, you know, it's hard to get a word in.
Well,
but, there's a lot of women that are not like Derek is talking about. I don't know where he's meeting these women, but, you know, there are very articulate, educated black women out here with a lot of finesse. And one of the problems that they're having finding a man is because there is a shortage of black males out here. And I think that some black men are taking advantage of that, because I looked up the census for 2019. There's 97.95 males per 100 females, and we're talking black in the United States. So, you know,
Miss Carol, how you doing?
I think men have been spoiled, and a lot of them really don't want to marry because they can have anybody out here. And some of the women have created the monsters because they will put up with a lot of stuff from our black men.
Now, Carol, can I say something?
Say how old she is.
Hold on. No,
Yes, you do.
No, you can't do that.
You're supposed to.
Hold on. Carol, I can't speak for Derek, but at the same time, I respect your opinion of what you're saying, because this is all about empowering each other and calling our stuff on the table, because this is your outlook and your opinion of what you see and what you feel, and I respect that. Going off of what I heard from you, Carol, it seemed like your environment played a major part of what you were seeing around you, and that created the percentages of lack of black men. Would you say that?
Yes, most definitely. And I mean, in my day, I was going to D.C. a lot. Back then, it was unbelievable, and I couldn't believe what some of the women were doing for the black men, because it was, there were like, for every one black man, there was like 20 women, and that was back when. That was way before pandemics and everything.
Well, wasn't D.C. like Chocolate City?
There's always been a shortage. There's always been a shortage of black men.
Well, wasn't D.C. like Chocolate City?
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is the women ruled. The women ruled, and they had good government jobs. The first thing the man would ask you when he met you was what your range was. Most government jobs, and they would make it very obvious they were G4, G5. That was their line to come on. And women were doing very well. Women were buying men cars back then. You know, I mean, there's always been a shortage, and a lot of it has to do with the wars. A lot of our black men were killed. We were always put in the front line, and that goes from World War I up to present.
Well, Carol, let me ask you this question, and then I'm gonna let you and Derek talk for a minute. Carol, what is it that you feel like we as black men can do for you as a black woman to make you feel like, I got you? Give me an opportunity. What is it that you feel like we have to do to make it better for you?
Respect. I think that black men need to respect their women more. they're always going to try to badmouth and out-talk, like the woman that Derek is describing. Not all black women are like that.
Carol, I want to.
Let's go.
Hold,
Let's go.
hold up, hold up. We got to respect the callers and everything. You might have a different opinion than they do, but Carol, I'm gonna let you talk to Derek and let you guys talk it. Go ahead, Derek.
Let me just get some background on you, ma'am. How old are you?
I am 75.
Okay.
And beautiful.
Okay. With all due respect, when you were 25, things are a lot different than what they are now. So I'm telling you truth of my truth of what I've lived. No disrespect to you. You are 75 years old, ma'am. 75. You have lived 3/4 of a century. In your day, the women now are nothing like you now. It is totally different. We are dominated, we are disrespected, we are talked down to, and we are stripped of all of our pride and respect as the man is supposed to. And if you were dating within this millennium, you would understand exactly what I'm talking about. It's not, oh, angry, you're just so angry. We're telling you what we deal with. This is my truth. So my truth is never a lie. This is what I have to deal with on any given day. So when people talk about dating with the African American woman, you love them. They're beautiful. They're nice. They're pretty. They're special. We are not given the respect. We are not given the mantle that we deserve. Because I feel like if the grass is cut, the garage is clean, I took the trash out, and I brought my paycheck home, that's a man right there. I don't use profanity to a woman. I don't even beat the kids.
Well, Derek,
but make that man feel like a man in his own home. But you don't know this time because you're 75.
Well, let her respond to that.
Well,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Carol.
Say this, Darren. I'm 75, but number one, most people don't know how old I am. Younger men come up and approach me all the time. I mentor several people. I'm involved in several groups. I mostly deal with women that are anywhere from 30 to 60. And, like, I'm not your average 75.
No, you're not, Carol.
I'm dating a man that's 12 years younger than I am, and even younger have approached me. And so, I am aware of what the dating scene is like, and I also am aware about what women are like. And, there's different classes. As much as we don't want to deal with that, there's different classes that are out here. When I talk about classes, I'm talking about financial jobs, all of that. And, those classes are sticking together.
Well, Carol, can you get into what we were talking about earlier this week of the things that you were experiencing when you were telling me how? Now, Carol, you're a beautiful woman. If anybody was to come to you, they would think that you're lying to them.
Are you married, Carol?
Hold on, Dave.
My husband passed away, a widow.
How long you been dating?
I've also modeled. I have done a lot of
Carol's a beautiful
in my
woman.
lifetime.
Carol, let me get this question in.
Okay.
We were talking earlier this week, and you were telling me about situations that you were running into when it came to black men when they seen you compared to when white men seen you. Can you go into detail a little bit of what you were talking about?
We put so much emphasis on looks and body type. Hold on, Mike, because my mouth's getting real dry.
Sure. Take your time. Take your time.
She's messing up my numbers.
Okay, that's better.
Go ahead, Carol.
The black men, I could always count on white men trying to talk to me. Black men, they wanted a woman with some oomph. I was 5'9".
Now, when you say, now, Carol, not to interrupt you, when you say, what do you mean,
Oh, they like women with meat on their bones. Black men like women with some meat on their bones.
Like big breasted, big booty?
Tall. Yes, I was tall and thin. I was 5'9". too. And
So that's like a model type.
yes, I
Okay.
modeled. Yes,
Yes,
I did.
yes.
But black men did not think that that was attractive, and I was not interested in white men. White
So,
men like their Barbie dolls.
so how did you deal with that?
I just, first of all, I didn't want to date any white men. That was not on my agenda. So
Eisenhower was president.
I was me.
So you, Carol, would you, if you were a young girl today, like, because this is what some of these young girls today, even older women are doing, would you enhance your body to contort towards it pleasing the black men like some of these black women are doing today? Matter of fact, not only black women, but all women. Would you?
No, and it's really sad because that's how dangerous some of these procedures can be.
I mean, they're going all across the world to get big butts and all that kind of stuff, breast implants.
Eisenhower was president,
when
ma'am.
the doctors tell them not to hear, they'll go to
Eisenhower was president. Times were different then. You don't know what the black man deals with right now. And we're here to tell you what we deal with on an everyday basis.
Well,
and people want to shut us up, and they call us angry because they don't want to hear our truth.
Well,
it's not an opinion, it's our truth.
Well, this is why, Carol, I was saying everybody has a different opinion, and that's Derek's opinion. My opinion is different. The gentleman who I had, his opinion was different. Tanya Boswell, her opinion is different. But at the same time, I respect your opinion, and I thank you for sharing your story, Carol. I really do.
Oh, no problem.
Now, within 30 seconds, Carol, what is it that you feel as though we as black men can be better to making you black women happier and more, where we can come to you and be presentable?
I've heard some men say, well, she was okay, but if she would wear a little more makeup, or if she would do a little more of this. And, you have to we put so much emphasis on the way people look. We have to start dealing with the content of their character, just like Martin Luther King had said. I know that the first thing that you're going to be attracted to is someone's look. And then from there, you really start to learn about the person. But, I don't think we should put as much emphasis on the look.
Well, I think that when it comes to men in general, regardless of what color you are, I think men are more visual, as in women are more internal. And I think that sometimes you just got to find somebody who you're evenly yoked with. And I guess if there's someone out there that meets your standards, I believe there's somebody for everybody out there. So I appreciate you sharing your story, Carol.
It was good talking to you tonight.
Likewise, and I apologize if anything extra that might have offended you, because Derek, he's pretty aggressive.
No, it's okay.
We're telling our opinions, but ma'am, men want an attractive woman. Men don't want to be with a woman and they look better than that woman. Any man wants to look better than his woman ain't a real man. You always want a woman that's much more attractive than you. If I rank myself as a 6, why do I want to date a 4? I want a better looking woman. So you want to be attracted to the first thing we see is what you look like. But we appreciate you for calling.
But Carol, like he was saying
wait a minute.
Go ahead, Carol.
Mike, I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
I dated a black man that wanted a good looking black woman. But yet when other men looked at me, he was enraged. He was insane.
That's called being insecure.
So he had insecurity issues.
Yeah, he has insecurity issues.
He should have got an ugly woman then.
Sometimes folks do that. They think that they want something. A lot of black men say they want an independent woman. But when she's independent and they're starting to deal with her, they don't like the fact that she's as independent as she is.
So Carol, I'm going to wrap it up in this way. Carol, you want a man that checks some of those boxes that are important for you. And if those boxes are not checked, then they're not worth your time and your energy. And Carol, I want you to continue staying beautiful the way you are. And I thank you for supporting me. I really do.
Mike. It was a pleasure. You take care and stay safe.
Okay, take care, Carol.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So,
When FDR was president, she was dating.
but Carol's a beautiful woman.
The world is different now.
I know, Carol. I mean,
The world is different
Darren,
now.
I agree with what you're saying, but the thing is that we're going to get different views from a lot of different people. Matter of fact, party people, I'm up to saying party people like I'm DJing right now. But people, if you want to call, you can call right now at 856-783-0581. If you want to speak on what's going on tonight or some of the things that we talked about, the
What's
lines
the
are
number
open.
again? You said 856.
856-783-0581. The phones are
Please
open.
don't call here with your heart on your sleeve.
Please don't.
And you get that woman was dating FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt went through his first term, and you can't tell us how we. Oh Lord!
We got a caller. Hello. Hello.
You on live?
You're on live on the Man Hurt Show. Hello.
And so, listen, I'm listening to the show, right?
Yeah.
It's a brother calling out, and shout out to the host because you're doing a good job at damage control, right? But at this point, bro, you're doing more damage than anything. You giving bad information to these, you know what I'm saying?
Who you talking about?
To your callers.
Who you talking about?
Listen, what I'm talking about is this.
Well, first and foremost, what's your name, brother?
I'm Brother D.
Brother D. Okay, Brother D.
Yeah. So look, I'm enjoying the show, but you got to be real, bro. Men don't operate like that. It's not
We talking to you.
75 years ago. You just sat here and let this lady, you know what I mean? No disrespect to her age, the way she looked, or none of that. We talking 75 years ago. The world don't work like that right now.
Well, brother, I'm gonna let you finish up, brother.
Oh, you look like you got a nice brain, or you know, hey.
Oh, you didn't hear that come out of my mouth?
No. I'm saying to the lady.
Oh, okay.
And if you as the host, though, brother, you gotta shut a lot of that down because like she going in circles and no disrespect to the sister, but men don't operate like that.
Well,
she hasn't been out there. We're not talking about the clowns that no disrespect to anybody that she dated, but we're not talking about an insecure little boy and I don't want you looking at nobody and stuff like that. We're talking about men.
Well, brother,
who are doing it the right way.
Hey, Brother D.
That's not how we operate.
Brother
right?
D, I get your point and I respect your opinion. But you know just as well as I do, when we put a bunch of us in a room, especially brothers, all of us have different opinions of how we operate. Would you agree with that?
To some degree, but this
Okay,
right here doesn't require opinion.
Let's
working on facts.
listen.
That's the problem with a lot of us people of color, my brother. We want to deal with a possibility over. We want to deal with a probability of what it'll probably happen over what's real.
But see,
we all get an opinion. I get that. We all get an opinion, but we're dealing with facts. We've been dealing with false truths for too long.
But brother, but what you?
Are you married right now? Are you happily married right this second, right now?
But brother, that is your brother. Hey brother, let's do a puff pass here. I hear what you're saying, and I respect what you're saying. All I'm just saying, this is the way she's seen things. I have
the world don't work like that no more. He done told
like
you.
That, bro. And with all due respect, you being a
brother,
bro, you gotta
brother,
stand up and shut it down. The world
brother.
We gotta deal with reality.
Hey, brother, I'm coming at you at love, and because this is all about love. This is not about putting anybody's down. This is our different.
Sir, not at all.
No, we just.
But what I'm saying is that this woman, who I highly respect. Now, if you were to see her, she doesn't look like she's in her 70s. Now, I didn't.
Nothing to do with.
No, brother. Listen to me. Listen. Brother.
With a ring, is the man here right
brother,
now?
Listen to me when I say this. I did not know what was coming out of her mouth. So I had to give her the forum to speak her truth. And out of respect, and see, this is the problem that we have today that we need to improve on. It's about respect. And I had to respect her to let her speak her piece. Now, I might feel different. You definitely feel different. And Dee definitely felt different. But we have to be able to agree to disagree, and that starts with respect. Would you agree with that?
No.
No, she wasn't
No, I
talking
don't,
about
because
this.
you come around me
She
with
wasn't
this
talking
bullshit.
about the
That's
past
problem
50
right there.
years.
We've been lied
Brother, I didn't know
wrong.
what.
And
That
in our
woman was
community, they wanna
75.
say that. Listen, just hear me out real quick, and you can hang up on me after that.
I'm not gonna hang up on you, guys.
In our community, right? Anytime we're speaking truth, anytime we're saying this is what's going to make me marry you, they want to make us out to be the bad guy.
That's right.
Black. He sounds angry. Having backbone is not being angry.
That's right.
Speaking facts is not being angry.
That's right.
Listen, a lot of people, and that's kind of sad coming from one of our elders, because think about how the young people thinking.
Well,
Think about that.
well, just like
That's coming out of the mouth of a 75-year-old respected, beautiful black woman,
but
unmarried, right? Imagine how somebody half her age is thinking right now.
oh well, brother, if you don't mind me asking you, how old are you? How old are you?
I'll be 40 this upcoming September.
Okay,
and
so
I'm happily married to a superstar who I take care of. I have several businesses. I'm a winner on every level, and my wife don't gotta think. She ain't gotta worry about something. Derek Lee know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
I know exactly who I am.
you guys don't happen to drink together, do you?
No. But what I'm telling you is,
that's doing the right thing.
it's brothers out here that's doing the right thing. What's the phone number again?
Yeah, brother. I'm gonna give you about 20 more seconds, brother. I greatly appreciate your energy. I'm glad you calling it on the carpet.
Let me get all my 20 seconds. Don't talk through my 20 seconds.
Go ahead, brother.
Let me get my 20 seconds.
Yeah.
The thing is this, man. We got to start dealing with reality. Stop trying to shape it and frame it to fit your situation to be unreal.
That's
Grow
right.
up. Grow up.
That's right.
All right? The first law is the law of attraction, man.
That's right.
There's women who want to agree with you too. You know what I'm saying? When men set standards and women set standards, that don't make them difficult. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, when you start dealing with reality over probabilities, possibilities, and I think that I can get any man I want. Well, I date people 12 years, 15. Are you married right now?
No.
Do you have the car? Do you have the keys to success? No.
Hey, brother, I appreciate
Thank y'all for coming to my TED Talk, man.
Hey, brother,
Thank you.
hey, yo,
Thanks for calling.
brother. I hope you call every week. I love that passion. What's your name again, bro?
I'm Brother D from Philly.
Hey, Brother D from Philly.
Look, it's a slippery slope, man. You say the
I know.
wrong thing, they want to cancel you. You say the wrong thing, they want to flip it. They want to take this to pieces and take you angry, talking down on black women, this, that, and the third.
Hey.
Some of y'all, not all, need to grow up. If you want a husband, if you want to stop being somebody's girlfriend, and you want to grow up, you need to grow up to get what it is that you're supposed to have.
Hey, brother, I'm going to end it on that note. Thank you for calling,
Thanks
my
for
brother.
calling. All right, the phone number is 856-783-0581. 856-783-0581. I don't have a problem with what he said at all. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. We're dealing with this is our truth. This is what we have to deal with every day.
And the thing about it is that I was not knocking what he was saying, but I just know that at the end of the day, it was all about the respect part. And I just had to let her speak.
We're doing a show, and it was so long.
Let me give the number again. The phone number is 856-783-0581. 856.
Oh, here we go. Somebody else to bash Derek. Come on with it.
Hello.
Sorry. No, you're supposed to hit the speaker.
Hold on. Whoever that was, call back. Number is 856-783-0581. 856-783-0581. D, you know we're going to get different opinions on both ends of the stick. There's going to be passionate people who feel...
We have no platform to say how men feel. That's why this is so rare. There's no more Montel Williams.
No, you're right.
Steve Harvey show got canceled. Yeah. There is no Arsenio Hall, but he was entertainment purposes. They got the talk, the chat, the chew, the real, Tamron Hall. They got every last show.
And there's nothing for
we
us.
Talk on these podcasts. He's angry.
Yeah.
I can't believe that. A man wants to be out with a woman where he feels comfort. And there's a lot of women that's listening to this podcast. They have been the side chick.
No, D, I totally agree with you. But the thing about it is that I have to respect the old, the young,
No, that's fine.
and whatever
But
flavor
but
you
then
are.
you also don't want to mess up your ratings, making
Well,
it.
well, the thing about it is that's why you're on, and that's why
I'm
I'm
sitting
on.
here like, well, come on, babe, come on
Well,
now.
the thing is that out of respect.
What?
And then my man was talking, and what he
Mhm.
was saying was okay. But the thing about it is that when you start repeating yourself,
Right.
that's the part. Is like, brother, I heard you loud and clear.
Right,
But
right,
tell me
right.
something new after that.
Right.
Because then people are going to say, well, he's saying the same thing over and over and over.
Right.
I love the passion.
Right.
But give me something new. Because if somebody intellect gets on the phone and they start talking, they're going to be like this, that.
We don't when women finally hear us talk and they say we're all about not materialistic, but what the woman looks like, what do you call that? We're all about how she looks like in the physical. A man is only going to see you. The first thing we see is what you have on, what you're wearing, and what your body is.
Right. We got 10 more minutes. Phone number is 856-783-0581. 856.
That was a very good caller.
83.
Now girlfriend was dating
581.
when FDR went through his first term. She was dating, and she said they didn't want me because I was thin. Back then there was no liposuction and breast augmentation. Televisions were black and white.
D, would you agree that when you've been hurt, that plays a major part towards of how you see things and how your perception about others and relationships?
Yes, but if I'm 75 years old, I got to realize it's a different world
I
for
totally
where
understand.
you're coming
but,
from.
But does that make it a good thing or a bad thing? Would you say black love, let's just hold on black love.
Just love, period.
Or love, period, was better 50 years ago? Or do you
People
feel like
stayed together and they tried to make it work. Because the man was more the person working. The woman was in the home taking care of the kids. She had to deal with some stuff.
Well, maybe she's looking at it from the standpoint of her generation when she grew up, and she felt that was what she wanted.
Why is it when black women come together and they trash black men, it's okay? But when black men come together and we start complaining about our problems with black women, now we angry.
No, I agree.
I can watch all of these shows with all of these girls. He ain't about nothing. His credit was about nothing. And they're making a good point. He moved in with me. He didn't have no clothes. He didn't have a job. He don't pay child support. And all of them cry on each other's shoulder. And we just sit there and watch TV and just eat it.
Now,
but when we get together from our shows, he's angry. I can't believe who's his mother? I can't believe.
But check this out. We both have kids. And when our kids look at our marriages, are they looking at that as a symbol of saying, that's what I want when I get older, or are they going the opposite way?
A marriage is nothing set, okay? Because I could be going through a divorce and be divorced tomorrow. I just want my son and my daughter to realize that it's all about just respecting her. You just might want to go separate ways.
No, I agree.
You just might want to go separate. Ain't nothing perfect etched in stone.
No.
Why do you think so many people are hiding money?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 5 minutes. I would like to get another caller in before we end things. The phone number is 856-783-0581. That's 856-783-0581.
You know, it's just sad that, hold on, let me just finish this. Hold on, caller. It's just sad that people always say, respect women, respect women, respect women. You rarely hear shows when the women sit back and say, respect that man, let him be the man, and watch what he does for you. No. We don't hear that.
I hear you.
Nobody wants to respect the black man, but I'm a queen, respect me. I get all that. But when is our time for us to get the respect? Go ahead,
hello, caller.
Hey,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Repeat your name again.
AT.
How you doing, AT?
I'm good. What's the problem when you get a good woman and she's doing all those requirements and she's building a man up and it's still not enough? He still wants to cheat. He wants you, and that society have it like that. Now it's such a shortage of good men out here that we have to settle for that. And if we don't be submissive and willing to settle for that, then we're the bad. We're the angry women, and we're not lifting the man up. But what about when a man mistreats the woman?
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's no excuse for a man to be mistreating a woman. So I agree with you there.
Well, you said AK or AT?
AT.
AT. This is where it starts off with, and this is just my opinion. I think it starts off with that initial attraction. I think that once you get to certain levels and levels, it has to be earned and respected to get to that next level. Now, if that man is walking through your door, then obviously he has passed a couple or checked a couple boxes to get to that point. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is that he has been a good actor to that point. Are you saying that he's been a good actor to that point, and then once he's in, he starts showing out?
Yeah, then you see the true color. You see the
How long does it take for that to happen? A year?
It has nothing to do with financial, because I know a whole lot of good sisters out here that do make more money than a man, but that's not even a point, because if he's coming and bringing something, it's all about complimenting each other. It shouldn't be based on if I'm making $20,000 or $30,000 more than you, that you're beneath me. It's if you can just handle me. And
Yes.
we as black women are strong women, so we're not going to be like we were back in, say, the 70s, when men were taking control, and then you have all these different, and I hate to get into the religion thing, you have all these different religions that think that we are supposed to be submissive and we're not supposed to say anything, and you are supposed to do what you want to do, and we're in the kitchen cooking and having babies.
Well,
Wait, hold on a second. AP, right? AP?
AT.
AT?
Right.
Okay, AT. This is my thing. Men are, to me, okay, women really run the world. Make that man think he's the head of the house. We know you run stuff. We know that you in charge of the kitchen. You're in charge of the kids. Make him feel like he's the head of the house. Don't openly tell him he ain't nothing and he's beneath him. That you're beneath him. You have a percentage of black women that feel as though if they make more, that man doesn't count. Or you have a percentage of black women that look down on this black man. You run the house. A smart woman can control that man. Just make him think he's in the driver's seat. Don't openly.
And I agree with
And you got sisters not like you that'll let that man basically letting him know that I run this and you second nature, you the passenger. A smart woman like back in the day, in your mother, I don't know your mother or your grandmother, but back then, Big Mama knew how to handle that man. She gave him the biggest piece of chicken and nobody ate until Dad came home.
Now, AT.
Absolutely right.
AT.
And I come up in that old school because I was raised up like that. And I remember, I'm a widow right now, but I remember my husband asking me a question at one point, and he said, if I need a shoe and the child need a shoes, who should get the shoes first?
The child.
My question was, he should. Because if he gets the shoes first, then it's his obligation to go out there and get enough to get the child some shoes.
Well, that's looking at it from a biblical standpoint, and that
I
obviously,
always sacrifice the kids first.
Well, but the thing is that man needs the shoes so he can be able to provide for his family to have shoes. So I agree that the man gets the
put some
shoes
tape on it and
because
make it work.
he needs to be the one to go out there to provide. If that kid's got a nice pair of shoes and there's no man who got a pair of shoes, what the hell? Who's going to be bringing the money in?
I always
But
did.
now don't go get the shoes and put them under somebody else's bed.
Oh wow.
Well, then that's another issue. AT, I'm going to say this, and because we got one more minute left. AT, I greatly appreciate you calling. We're doing this every week. We're bringing up new topics from week to week. So if you ever want to be a guest speaker, you can hit Derek Lee up, or you can hit Mike Hurt up on Facebook, and I'll make you a guest speaker. This is what I'm going to say, AT, is that obviously you have some old school values with you, and that's a lot of things today that people are not implementing into their lifestyle because they want to keep up with what the Joneses are today towards the new school. But something about old schools is what's paying the bills, is what putting food on the table. So all I'm just saying is keep your values up and don't settle, and I think everything will work out.
Okay, you have a blessed one.
Thanks for calling.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Well, D, we did it, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you appreciate the Man Hurt Talk Show. We're going to do this next week. We're going to have some hot topics. Be part of the conversation because remember, it's all about love and positivity. God bless you all. Peace.
Take care.